Ed Gein, known as the Butcher of Plainfield, stands as one of the most macabre and infamous figures in the annals of American crime. His grotesque acts of murder, grave robbing, and body mutilation have inspired numerous horror films and books, cementing his place in popular culture as a figure of pure terror. This biography delves into the twisted life of Ed Gein, exploring the dark forces that drove him to commit some of the most horrifying crimes in history. Edward Theodore Gein was born on August 27, 1906, in La Crosse, Wisconsin. From the beginning, his life was steeped in dysfunction and psychological turmoil. His father, George Gein, was an alcoholic who struggled to hold down a job, while his mother, Augusta Gein, was a fanatically religious and domineering woman who instilled in her sons a deep fear of women and sexuality. Augusta moved the family to a secluded farm in Plainfield, Wisconsin, to isolate them from what she saw as the corrupting influences of the outside world. Augusta's influence over Ed was profound and suffocating. She preached to him about the inherent sinfulness of women and the evils of the world, leaving him emotionally stunted and socially isolated. Ed was a shy and awkward child, bullied by his peers and overly attached to his mother. This unhealthy bond laid the foundation for his later atrocities. After his father's death in 1940 and his brother Henry's mysterious death in 1944, Ed was left alone with his mother. When Augusta died in 1945, Ed was devastated. Her death marked the beginning of his descent into madness. He boarded up most of the rooms in the house she had once controlled, preserving them as shrines to her memory, and retreated into a world of dark fantasies and obsessions. Living alone on the dilapidated farm, Ed began to indulge in bizarre and morbid hobbies. He became obsessed with death, reading medical textbooks and pulp horror novels, and studying Nazi atrocities. His fascination with the female body grew into a compulsion, leading him to begin grave robbing. Over a period of several years, Ed exhumed numerous corpses from local cemeteries, using the remains to craft grotesque items such as lampshades, belts, and masks made from human skin. Ed's morbid activities escalated from grave robbing to murder. In 1957, Plainfield hardware store owner Bernice Worden disappeared. Suspicion quickly fell on Ed, who had been seen loitering around the store. When police searched his farm, they uncovered a scene of unimaginable horror. The search revealed a house of horrors filled with human remains. Among the grisly discoveries were Worden's decapitated body, strung up in a manner reminiscent of a deer carcass, and a collection of body parts, including skulls, organs, and furniture upholstered in human skin. The sheer scale and depravity of Ed's crimes shocked the nation. Ed Gein was arrested on November 16, 1957. During his interrogation, he confessed to killing Bernice Worden and another woman, Mary Hogan, whose remains were also found on his property. He also admitted to exhuming bodies from graves and using the parts for his macabre crafts. Despite his confessions, Ed's mental state was clearly disturbed. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia and declared unfit for trial. He was committed to the Central State Hospital for the Criminally Insane, where he remained for the rest of his life. Ed Gein died of respiratory failure on July 26, 1984, in the Mendota Mental Health Institute. His legacy, however, endures as a source of fascination and revulsion. His gruesome crimes and bizarre behavior have inspired countless works of fiction, including the characters of Norman Bates in Psycho, Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs. Gein's story remains a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity and the horrors that can lurk beneath a seemingly ordinary exterior. The Butcher of Plainfield's twisted life and crimes continue to haunt the collective imagination, a symbol of the ultimate nightmare hidden within the human psyche.